Up next, teachers are venting and revealing about how kids are just plain dumb today. It's the future cook. Let's deep dive.
Me as a substitute teacher, I'm going to let you know this now. Your kids are fucking cooked, brother. Cooked. I was substituting for this ELA teacher. If you don't know what that is, that means English Language Arts. I was subbing for this English class, 8th grade English class. I kid you not, she gave them the most easiest assignment ever. And the assignment was basically, I did that shit in 2 minutes. 2 minutes, read the story, answer, because the answers are in the story. Bro, I kid you not, these students, they talking about some, oh, I don't want to read all that. Oh, this is too hard. Too hard? Bro, it didn't take me that long to read through it, at least skim through it to find the answers. That's what our teacher used to always tell us. If you don't know the answers, skim through it and look for the answers. Bro, they asking me, what is this? What is that? They can't even stay off their phone for a few seconds. I catch a student on their phone 20 seconds into the class. It even got to a point, I even told them, I even read it to them and everything, gave them the answers, and they still failed the shit. I'm like, how? I see, I've subbed for many schools, and like I said, these kids don't want to read anything. They don't want to read. They don't want to work. Nothing. They just come to school. Bro, they just come to school with an empty fucking backpack.
This gonna sound, I think, probably controversial, but I think those phones are addictive. I'm not even joking. Like, when I'm in the space of content creation, I don't even bring my phone into the studio with me. I leave it away because I know that it like steals a lot of my time, and so I find myself like in between doing things on my phone, and it, you know, who knows how long I'm on my phone, 5-10 minutes just scrolling. Sometimes I just be doom scrolling. So I think that that's really affecting the youth now, and we're starting to see the ramifications of that. Also, a lot of things are going to become obsolete in the near future, and so, you know, given AI technology and different things like that, a lot of the things that people are used to knowing to survive in the world is not really going to be as necessary. You know, I don't know if that's something we should be afraid of or something we need to embrace.
I told y'all today that I was doing what I can, and after that I was sitting at my desk. So here I am, sitting at my desk, and the only reason that they are quiet is because they're on their laptops. How terrible is that? I was just teaching, could not teach anything, could not get a sentence out without someone throwing a pencil, someone yelling across the room, somebody hitting somebody, somebody telling on somebody. But I say, okay, I can't yell. I literally can't yell. Get on your laptop. Now they're all quiet. If that's not a problem, what is? Today in social studies, we revisited Ruby Bridges. We're talking about historical figures. Benjamin Franklin, Ruby Bridges, Theodore Roosevelt, you know, George Washington Carver, all those. So I'm like, what is one thing you can tell me about Ruby Bridges? This little girl looks me in my eyes and says, she's a white girl.
Did she say historically black figures, or she said just historical figures? Because if I must have missed that. But Ruby Bridges is 100% not white, okay? All right, I'm gonna let it keep going.
I don't know what else to do. But I told them, if I can't get what I need out of them, they can't get what they need out of me. We just went to the restroom, right? Before we came back in the classroom. It's 12:32. So we went to the restroom at like 12:10. I told them, we're not going back to the restroom until after our intervention in math block. That's only an hour. Why, as soon as I got in here and started teaching, 3 people raised their hand to go to the bathroom? Sorry, as soon as I finished teaching and gave them the assignment, they raised their hand to go to the bathroom. Do you think I was born last night? Y'all want to go to the bathroom and play. And even if it's not to play, it's to avoid the work. But I have to let them go if they ask again. Because if not, they're going to go home and tell their parents, and then I'm holding them from the bathroom. Like, there's no...
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like sitting in school. I like to be active, and so sitting in one place for too long is hard for me. You know, and I think that a lot of these kids are more innovative than we give them credit for, because the old way of learning, like that sit down, read, that old way of learning, that has been proven time and time again to not be as effective as different, more active learning styles. So, I mean, what do you expect? Kids got a lot of testosterone and estrogen flowing through their body, and, you know, they want to be active and up and at it. They don't really want to be sitting at a desk too long. So I know that that's traditionally how things were when we were coming up, but this may be a sign that they have to evolve the education system and do something that is more reactive to children. That's not to alleviate parents of their part in this, but, you know, even still, just me thinking outside the box.
Winning, even though I know that they're gonna go there and play, because every single time I let them go to the bathroom after a restroom break, they're playing. Even if I send them one at a time, they're playing. Tissue all on the floor, hanging from the bathroom stalls, clogging the toilet up on purpose, water everywhere on the floor, making soap mountains in their hands. It's so bad, y'all. They just get up and walk out without permission, like they're in high school. And I don't know what else to do. And classroom management this, classroom management that. I can't keep a kid from walking out my classroom. I can't touch them. I can't grab them. I can't move them out the way. I can't put my hands on them, because if that get back to their mama that I hit them, who y'all gonna believe? The mama. The kid. Right? Because these kids aren't liars. Kids don't lie.
I know people like to blame the kids, blame the students, and I agree to a certain extent, but I think that there has to be some kind of better way to reach them, because them kids sound like they just bored. Bottom line, you know, and, you know, when I'm bored, I ain't trying to sit there and hear that shit, even if I do know the answers.
You go to a school in 2025, have you ever noticed that half the school is long-term subs? They don't even have enough certified teachers. And it's not because of the education system. It's not because people can't get their degrees or pass these certification tests. Sometimes, and most of the time, it's because of the kids. I don't know what it is about this school year in particular, but really the last few school years, it's the disrespect. It's the ability to sit there as an 8-year-old, 7-year-old, a 9-year-old and go back and forth with grown people. Back in my day, I know that sounds old, but back in the day, you could not just sit there and go back and forth with an adult and then not have to suffer when you got home for it. You could not sit there and tell a person what you did do. If I tell you to go sit down, it's because you was standing up. If I tell you to stop talking, you must have been talking. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because of YouTube or because of social media, but the kids in 2025, they is way too disrespectful. I'm talking about just like all day long, going back and forth, telling you what they didn't do, telling you what they did do. If you are a parent and you see this video, first of all, make sure you engage from the bottom up. But second of all, please, y'all talk to these kids, because this is the reason why a lot of the students are being taught by long-term subs, people who didn't even intend on teaching, is because of the disrespect.
You know, you're not involved in school, you know, at this age. So I didn't realize how many need to sub. We never really had substitutes. Like, our substitute teacher would only come in if our teacher was sick. That's it. So the disrespect is really getting out of hand. I'm active in my children's school and with their teachers and stuff. So I don't understand why the teacher and the parents aren't working in tandem. I don't understand what's going on. There's a disconnect with me with that. I know that my children's teacher, she makes a valiant effort to keep in contact. So if anything goes wrong, you know, we're in constant communication. We use Class Dojo. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Yep, go take this up with somebody else, but these kids don't read. These kids don't read. These kids don't read. Oh my. Because today I gave out a quiz. One of the questions on the quiz was, in order to pass this test, put a smiley face right next to your name. Out of 60 people, guess how many actually read and did that? Guess. And I'm not even talking about, like, this school is not even mainly Spanish speaking. Like, this majority of these kids are legit English speaking. Guess how many? 5.
out of 60 kids, only 5 kids read that question and put a smiley face. Oh, maybe they got something going at home. Oh, maybe they're not just good at math. Bro, I literally said, read. And that wasn't even like a hard, like I didn't even put it in a paragraph. I put it in like one line. It's one sentence, and the quiz was only like, 10 questions? Only 10 questions, and that was one of the questions. Bro, like I'm really frightful for the future, because I know I'm teaching my set of kids, and they're gonna be good by the time they leave me by the end of June next year. But like, imagine all the other kids in all these other schools in America, and I'm in a well-performing school, by the way. Imagine all of the other schools.
Listening to this makes a lot of sense to me now, because my son's teacher was so excited about his reading level. You know what I mean? She was like, "Yo, have you seen his reading level? Oh my God." And I'm like, yeah, you know, the nigga can read. You know what I'm saying? But have you seen it? It's really starting to make sense, because there's this sense of like hopelessness in the schools. But, you know, my son's teacher kind of felt like, man, you know, thank you. I make him read every night though, right before he pass out, before he go to sleep. I make him read for 15 minutes, you know, actually read, not like audio read. These kids got TikTok brain, that's what it is.
I appreciate the sentiments for this comment, but I didn't go to college to be a babysitter. I want to teach. I want my students to learn. I don't want to sit here and be silent. I could do that in an office. I could do that anywhere else. But if I'm in the classroom, I am here to teach. And then it's like collecting a check. It's barely a check. Did you guys know that teachers only get paid once a month? We don't get paid every 2 weeks. It's one check on the 5th of the month, not the 1st. We get paid on the 5th of the month. I didn't know that. So it's not collecting any check. It's not for the money. Like, if it was for the money, I would have been quit back in 2019 when I got my first check and realized, what the hell? Even just sitting here, the kids are still going to act up. That's when they act up the most, is when you're sitting there and not watching them. You don't watch, and now there might be a fight in the classroom. They might be there. You have to. It's not babysitting. This is not a babysitting job. And I think that if teachers start to become babysitters, then we might as well do what we said we were going to do and just quit, you know, and they could hire babysitters. Teachers are meant to teach, and when we can't teach, it becomes heartbreaking. Like, I'm like a little bit sick to my stomach right now. Yeah, I came into work, but I am trying not to cry, because it's like, this is my last day. Can't even tell my students it's my last day, because it would just like crush them. So no, there's no check to be collected, and I'm not a babysitter. I appreciate your sentiments though.
It's heartbreaking. It really is. It's heartbreaking to see teachers have to go through this and have like that helpless feeling where you can't really bring your students to prominence. You know, when they have that fire in their belly to pour into young students, and you get there, it ain't nothing like you thought it was gonna be. These are the effects of matriarchal societies with women in the workforce. The child rearing is not the same because there's no one home to rear the children. Everybody's at work.
Good morning. Teachers can't teach because they too busy raising your child. They have to raise your child because you're not doing so. You're not stepping in and being a proper parent to make sure that your child's behavior is manageable in a classroom or any setting. But teachers have to stop educating, not just your child, but also other scholars, because your child don't want to get it together or don't know how to, based upon you not doing your part. Parents, how dare you? Especially when they are physical. Or we not gonna act like it's just redirection, not staying on task. Oh baby, your child is being physical, assaulting, insulting. That's a you problem. That's weird, parents. That's a you problem. Somewhere in the wash, something was not done properly. Somewhere in the DNA process or in the raising of such is not being done. I'm gonna need you to correct you, because teachers need to educate. Yeah. We complain about situations that go on knowing that teachers are not being paid to even do your job and theirs And sometimes, let's be clear, the administrator's job, oh yeah, we're not going to act like they got the support in the school system, because I'm going to be honest with you, they got some administrators who are in place and in position to just look the part. Yeah. Y'all are really creating the school shooters, the bullies, the grapers, the menace to society. And this is not just talking about one walk of life or ethnicity. No, baby, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's y'all palm color people. Majority, yes, indeed, it is. Oh my goodness.
She lying.
But when a teacher has to step out of their element to be the parent to your child, because your child is literally being disruptive and disturbing and insulting and assaulting and all the above, because you tolerate it, you expect the educators to tolerate. Baby, that's not it. Keep your child at home. Raise your child. Be a better individual. Find resources in the community to make sure that you are a better parent, so you can be a better parent to yourself and also to the child.
Better parent, not better parents.
Teachers can't teach because they're too busy raising your children, and that's not it. Get your stuff together. If you don't know how, ask somebody. Contact me. I'll help you out.
See, this is the ramifications of your poor choices as black women when you decide to reduce your men down to just dollar signs. You don't understand the value that they bring when it comes to the structure that's needed inside of the house so that your child knows how to behave themselves when they go out into the world. And now we're going to have a teacher shortage. Children are not going to be able to read, and single moms are still having babies for Pookie and Ray Ray. It all starts from the foundation. The foundation is the home. The home is the nuclear family, and it has to be intact. And then that is going to radiate out into the community. But this is what's radiating out there now. This is a clear example of the effects of single mom homes.
I don't know if y'all know this yet, but this new generation of kids that's coming up, they are cooked. These kids can't write, they can't spell, they can't read, they just dumb. Like, I swear, all these kids are dumb. The education system is failing. Teachers are quitting left and right. And I promise you, every kid knows all these TikTok dances. They know about all these rapper songs. They know about all these Hellcats, Scat Packs, and all this other stuff. But I promise you, they not smarter than a 5th grader. Like, back then, I used to do bad things. Like, the most I do is steal somebody's bike, you know what I'm saying? Have fun. Bro, these kids are stealing cars. These kids are scamming. These kids are spending $10,000 on prom, and they see all this social media stuff talking about college isn't worth it, school isn't worth it. So they're actually believing this and believing they have to fail because they will get rich regardless. Don't get me wrong, the job system is cooked right now, but like, bro, these kids are really cooked, bro. They don't have nobody to guide them with wisdom or anything because kids are having kids. Freaking 16-year-olds are having kids, and it's just bad. All I'm saying is, we are cooked. Send me back to the Fortnite lobby.
The world is changing. The world is evolving, and I think these children are adapting to that. They got that TikTok brain for sure, and they're seeing different things in different ways to make money. They're seeing, Aiden, I think his name Aiden Ross, Kai Sinet, Asho Speed. They're seeing these guys make astronomical boatloads of cash, money, doing YouTube and TikTok. So that's where, a lot of, when we were younger, rapping was the thing. Everybody wanted to be a rapper. Now, everybody want to be a content creator. And college isn't worth it.
Teachers are glorified babysitters. Let me tell you why. So this is the last week of school. Monday may or may not be a half day. I told my kids not to come, but this is the last week of school. Monday, I gave my last few quizzes. Tuesday, they took all their books home, cleaned out their desk and their locker, and I gave them their report card. So, you got a grade. There's no teaching and no learning going on. Wednesday, we had a field trip to Boston. Thursday was field day, and today, their laptops are gone. I hope they don't show up today. So, this is the last week of school. I've been encouraging my kids to start enjoying their summer. You don't have to be here. I'll see you in August. I loved having you. See you later. And this little girl gonna tell me, well, Mrs., my mom said that I gotta stay here with you because she don't know what else to do with me till summer aftercare starts. Ma'am, how is that my issue? How is that my problem? Not my problem. That little boy gonna tell me, well, Mrs. Mickens, my sister's in kindergarten and I'm up here with you, and if I stay home, what is she gonna do with the kindergartner? And the kindergarten teacher and you and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, whoa. I am not your mule. I'm not your babysitter. The year is over. The teaching is done. The learning is done. I took y'all to Boston. We had a fun field day. We've been having fun all week. And now the fun is over. It's time for you to be home. I really think that parents don't understand what it is we do here in the classroom. Let me show you my room. Empty, packed up, ready to go. 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 You show up to be with me today, you're going to be bored to tears. Your laptop is gone. There's no fun to be had. 5th graders are graduating outside, so we can't go outside and play. So what you think I'm going to do with you? It's time for parents to stop thinking that teachers are babysitters. You know why? Because we're not.
These parents, they're looking for some relief. I did a video the other day where single moms was confessing how much they hate being single moms. They don't hate their children, but they hated being single moms because that person that loves them to tears is always with them and they just need a break. And so that's what's happening. Like, feminism has destroyed the nuclear family. There is no support. And so what they're doing now is they're trying to find as much relief and help as humanly possible. And they think that teachers are there to support them in ways that they baby daddy should. That's what's happening.
So this is day whatever it is of the school year, and let me know, what is the body count at y'all schools? How many teachers have left the school since it started back in August or maybe early September? Because it seems like this school year just needs to be over and not start over again. I really truly believe that if there was some ongoing professional development for this generation of students, it really could help teachers, especially those who are beginning year teachers, have better systems and structures in place to be able to manage a classroom. Because unless classroom management is under control, there's no instruction that's happening at all. So let me know in the comments, what year is this for you with this current school year? And if this is your first year teaching and you need some assistance, let me know in the comments, because I will definitely give you a free consultation and resources for support.
Yeah, all these teacher support groups and stuff now all over TikTok. It's crazy. Yeah, my son was telling me, my oldest son, he was like, his English teacher, them students be eating her alive. They make her cry, all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. I really didn't realize how bad it was, but like hearing all these horror stories, you start realizing like, man, these kids are really like fucking crazy. Like they lost their goddamn mind.
I'm a high school teacher. It is 4 weeks into the school year with students, and I am at my limit already. I am at my limit with being talked to and demanded at so disrespectfully, interrupted constantly, repeating myself countless times. This year feels worse. This year feels worse than the last 5 years I've taught. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I feel like I've seen so many teachers make videos where we are all ringing the alarm saying, this is bad. This year is not good. It's not good. We are struggling, and not a lot of us are going to last if this continues, because I think there's a reckoning of teachers realizing like, I actually don't deserve to be treated like shit. And then every day wipe that slate clean and start on over as if it didn't happen. I teach high schoolers. I see it from videos of elementary school teachers and middle school teachers. I don't know when, as a society, we're going to wake up and say, our system is failing. Our students don't have basic respect or human decency. Teachers are done. Obviously, disclaimer, not all teachers, not all parents, not all students, not all schools. But I'm seeing way too many videos of teachers saying, I can't do this anymore. And we need to be taking that seriously.
It's the child rearing, man. You have everybody in the workforce now. It's not like before where mom used to be at home and she can help you with your homework. The nuclear family has effectively been demolished. So what do you expect? These are a lot of single parent homes or latchkey kids. Is that word? Is that how you say it? Latchkey kids? Effectively raising themselves. And it's really not them. It's TikTok. We didn't even have TikTok back in the day.
Everybody shut the fuck up. Hey, shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something right now.
If you made it this far, check out the video we just did with some migrants, not the ones you would think, built a monstrosity legally in a suburban neighborhood.